So here we've got some more questions with the angle that's missing. We're going to go on ahead and just push through all of them, the whole thing, make sure that we get all the parts labeled and utilize our SOHCAHTOA to make sure that we use the right trig function. So here we are given a hypotenuse. Our missing angle gives us our opposite. We don't have an adjacent, so we're going to be using our sine function. Sine of, we'll call it x, equals opposite 11 over hypotenuse 27. And because we're going to be using inverse trig, okay, x is going to equal the inverse sine of 11 over 27. Second, let's make sure that we're in the right mode. We are in degree mode. Second sine of 11 divided by 27 equals, make sure that I have this down correctly. I've got x equals 24.042 degrees. I feel good about that. Okay. Let's go down here to this next one. We've got our hypotenuse. Our opposite is not given, but we are given our adjacent, so we're going to be using cosine. Cosine of the angle, which is x, equals adjacent 13 over hypotenuse, which is 20. I'm going to use the inverse cosine to get it over on the other side. So the cosine inverse of second cosine 13 divided by 20. Make sure I plug that in correctly. And it does look good. X equals 49.458 degrees. Down here, we've got our hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent, no hypotenuse, so we're going to be using tangent of x equals opposite 14 over adjacent 29. So the tangent inverse, x equals tangent inverse of 14 over 29. Excuse me. Okay. Second tangent 14 divided by 29 equals 25.769. That 9 is rounded down to a 9 because that 3 is not going to round it up. We're good on the left side. Let's take a look at some of these on the right-hand side. Okay, we have our hypotenuse, our opposite, and our adjacent. We don't have a hypotenuse, so we're going to be using tangent. Tangent of x equals opposite 27 over adjacent 38. We're going to use our inverse tangent function. So x is going to equal tangent inverse of 27 over 38. Second tangent, 27 divided by 38. That's going to be 35.395, because that 7 is going to round that 4 up. We have our hypotenuse down here. We are given our opposite but no adjacent, so we're going to be using sine. Sine of x equals opposite 12 over hypotenuse 24. So x is going to equal sine inverse of 12 over 24. Second sine 12 divided by 24. That looks right in my calculator, making sure everything looks good. X equals 30 degrees. So we're rocking and rolling, moving right along. And we'll go on ahead and use this color. We've got our hypotenuse. No opposite, but we do have an adjacent, so we're going to be dealing with cosine. of x equals adjacent 6 over hypotenuse 8, okay, which gives us x equals cosine inverse of 6 over 8. Second, cosine 6 divided by 8 equals 41.4096. So that 6 is going to round that 9 up to a 10. So we end up with 41.410 as our final answer. And we've just solved for a bunch of angles. Okay, we can do this.